I didn't really like books. I thought people had got sort of used to paying for books, that we grew up with that.
Well, actually, I only just started publishing in print on Amazon through the self-publication process because several years ago I read an article in The Economist and I listened to it for some reason, talking about how print was dead and everything was going to be ebooks, and then suddenly it turns out, people, again, still kind of like having the real thing and leafing through the pages. So,
do you know what the statistics are on that? Do more people like to have a real book in their hands? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the predominant number of book buyers want to have a real book?
Yeah.
How interesting.
Well, there's something, too, that I think is really important that people have to consider, which is like all these like ebooks and stuff. It's basically a light bulb. You're basically staring at a light bulb for hours.
Yeah.
And it's flat. And there's things that are competing for your attention that a print page, like you dictate how you are going to consume a page of print. Like you can fold it. You can you can curve it to your hand to where it makes sense.
Right.
You're not staring at a light bulb, and there's not like ads popping up and all of these like other competing sensory moments. So you're just dictate. I mean, there might be an ad on the page, but you're not. You look at it if you choose to look at it. Otherwise, like you dictate how fast or like how you're going to consume that page. So I do think it's important, like the print. Sure. I mean, obviously I'm biased, but
all right, I agree.
I think there's something real to that.
I think we're conditioned to the sound and the smell and the feel of turning a page too. It's just when you open a book, there is that I can smell what a paperback smells like. And when you finish this thought on that side and you flip to the other side, I want all of that. I want the smell, I want the feel, I want the sound of flipping a page.
You could probably get that on your iPad.
Probably could, but it's not. That model is not out yet. The Smell-O-Vision Nook.
You want to smell like paper?
Yeah,
it's got to be
smell like old.
It's got to be
paper.
on the way. There's got to be an app for that eventually.
Probably, yeah.
Then you'll be fine.
Scratch and
we never did
Nook.
find out how much it cost to advertise in Anti-Gravity magazine.
It's affordable.
Yes, it's super affordable.
So
it's like a fraction of everyone else, I can tell you.
Oh, really? It is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to tell us what it is?
No.
Okay, all right.
I mean, that's something, that information is available to anyone who wants to get in touch.
Okay.
How many copies of Anti-Gravity do you print each
We print
issue?
10,000 copies every month.
Nice.
We distribute them to about 180 locations. Just got into Trader Joe's.
All right.
Nice, okay.
Because everybody loves that place, and I
Good
think I got to
job.
go bring some more there today. But like we're as far west as like the PJs at the Clearview Mall, and then we're on the West Bank at like Tondin and Algiers Point, and
Well,
then
you
of course
should be seeing you live there, and you're
right.
getting married on the West
Absolutely,
Bank. Are you gonna-
absolutely. I mean, I think honestly, like we're available in the city, but like we make it a point. Like there's a PJs out there on Jefferson Highway in River Ridge, and it's a super pain in the ass to get to. And props to Elizabeth Williams who drives out there every month. But like we make a point to get out there to like those kids who are like out
Right.
there in the suburbs and like not necessarily like the metropolitan center, because like those kids need it more than anyone. Like this.
Think
like,
about how many bands you've written about in Anti-Gravity over the last 10 years, and how many musicians you've helped further their career, and not one of those fucking people are going to play at your wedding for you. Come on, really?
You know what?
Don't you think that's a bit off? Anyone listening to this who's a
Honestly,
musician?
but here's the thing: like
Come
my
on.
band was going to play at the wedding, right? It was going because like
The
that's
Lovey
easy.
Doveys?
Well, yeah, the Lovey Doveys. I was
That's
in
another great
band,
wedding band.
You know?
What?
Yeah, but just like just thinking about, okay, well, like add that to the list, like this whole production that we're putting on, and like, okay, so now I got to like make sure that my drum set is out there, and
Okay.
like we have a PA, but like now there's got to be like this whole other.
It's just too much.
Yeah, it's just.
But-
we're gonna come back. You know, you'll hear from me again on the musical side. But yeah, we're trying to make it easy with this wedding. So like DJ iPod all the way. Sorry,
All right.
live musicians.
Okay.
We'll make it up to you.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is exciting.
I'm
And
excited.
So, Joaquin, we can get your book on Amazon? And
Correct,
or
yes.
what are we paying for that?
For the longer ones, it is $11. For the novels, the short stories, Suicide Notes from a Wedding, very short, very tiny. It's almost like a socialist pamphlet or something. So yeah, it's going to be around a couple bucks. It's under double digits.
Cool.
Once again, by the
Okay.
way, I just want everyone to know that I have priced them in order to make sure that I get to the nearest whole number in terms of price. And that's basically it. I make it maybe 25 cents off each sale.
You only make.
Oh, well, all
hey,
right.
just bought Graham DePonte. Just bought one.
Oh,
Did you?
hey.
Do you
You
only?
never forget your first.
Do you only
I just
make-
want to point that out.
do you only make 25 cents on each book? Is that-
Thereabouts, yeah.
That's the margin.
Yep, thereabouts.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, I think we can afford you. Maybe you can like write for Anti-Gravity. I think that's.
Yeah, that could be a
I'm
good gig
like
for you.
Gilbert Godfrey. I will dance for a nickel. So
So what do you do during the day when you're not writing?
I work at the National World War II Museum.
Nice.
And
That's
then
all.
in my spare time, of course, mostly I just spend my time at burlesque shows when I'm not writing.
With Honey Tangerine.
Correct, yes.
Is that? How did I remember that? Without
Because
writing
it's a great name.
It is a great name. Is it? Would she change her name to Honey Tangerine Dorfman if it works out?
Oh, man, I hope not. No way. No, if anything ever were to work out, it would be a sign, definitely, that the name Dorfman just disappears off the face of the earth. I'm not a fan of it.
I don't know. Maybe there's a whole like burlesque bar mitzvah market out there that's untapped.
Now you got an idea that's an untapped market. The burlesque bar mitzvah crowd.
My bar mitzvah would have been a lot more exciting.
I kind of feel like
With a
taking off,
burlesque
your,
dancer.
taking off your clothes in front of a bunch of tweens, I feel is, once again, I don't want to bring it back to fried an egg on the sidewalk with lubricant, but that's probably illegal. I feel actually more confident about this one than I was about my previous statement of what is permissible with
I'm pretty
lubricant
sure.
and eggs.
I'm pretty sure a bar mitzvah is a private party. You can do whatever you want.
Well, it's
At
it's
least
also
up
when a
until-
man or woman becomes an adult in the eyes
Good
of God.
point.
So maybe it's more appropriate than it
And
sounds
if
like.
God wouldn't have invented burlesque if it was supposed to be bad.
You know what? All of those are almost salient points, and I'm going to run those by every
Almost.
single person I see on the bus tomorrow and see
Okay,
what
this
happens.
could be a good article for your first anti-gravity
Yep,
piece.
yep. Going to put it on
Just
the
an
agenda.
idea. Andrew, we got to get out of here. Do you want to play a song? Or-
Sure.
Okay, come on, and then we're out of here. What are you playing today? A new one?
I'll play another draft of one. Maybe I might have played the draft
right.
up before.
Okay. So what's going on here is Andrew's putting together a new album, which
Oh,
is
cool.
coming up. And so what we're doing is we're listening to various songs as he writes them and refines them over the course of the last few months. So we're also looking for a name for the album. Oh, you guys, as professional headline and writer and novelist, what could you come up with?
How about
for-
Mazel Tov? Now take it off.
Brilliant. That's better than last week's, which was the Magnets one.
Oh yeah, magnets. How do they work?
That was a good idea too. I've been going for "Welcome to My World," which I think is
That's
just a
so
great
horrible.
title.
That's horrible.
What, for an album title?
Yes, that's the best, isn't it? It's like Andy Williams. I think he sang that song. "Welcome to." Do you know that song?
Jim
Ken?
Reeves, was
Was
it?
it Jim Reeves? Was it?
Was it Jim?
Welcome to my world.
Welcome to my world. Won't you come on in?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's such a great song, isn't
Google who
it?
did that.
Who sang
It's a,
"Welcome"?
oh, it's a great song.
Can you play that, Ken?
No, I
You need to
don't.
learn that one.
I know that is a good one.
It's really a great song. I don't think it's really honky tonkier.
That was more countrypolitan, they called it back
Yeah,
then.
I don't think Andy Williams was all that. Oh, did
Country.
you say Jim Reeves? Yeah, maybe. He was closer, but still pretty slick.
Countrypolitan. We've really got some
Jim
good ones today.
Reeves. Yeah.
It was Jim Reeves. It was.
It's Jim Reeves.
Okay,
yeah.
good job. Okay. You right? I'm going to swing this around.
This song would be horrible at a wedding. Goes like this. I can still see you and me settled down on a couple acres, little foothill farm where a dog could run around. And in my mind I'm out there picking them tomatoes, but the rest of me just keeps rambling round. Weathering the storm of a love that's off and on. I love you, then I'm gone again. I'm stuck somewhere in the Midwest, never better than my best guess.
somewhere between holding out and holding out my hands in no man's land. In no man's land. Your heart is miles and miles of placid ocean. Mine is a rowboat that I drag through landlocked towns. And all of this time just spinning these wheels of mine. You've been back home wondering how long you ought to wait around. Just weathering the storm of a love that's off and on. I'll love you, then I'm gone again. I'm stuck somewhere in the Midwest. Oklahoma is my best guess. Somewhere between holding out and holding out my hands in no man's land. Would have been better just to leave you empty-handed. It's the coming back that always leaves you stranded in no man's land.
Yeah, very nice.
Thanks, Cheryl.
No Man's Land. That's got the, what do you think about that?
Absolutely.
Kim, what do you think? Should it go on the
Makes-
record?
I think it should. I love that.
You haven't heard the other ones, Kim. You don't, maybe.
Yeah, but the line between holding out and holding out your hand, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking about Oklahoma and no man's land, tying it all together nicely. I thought that was beautiful.
Thanks.
Dan?
Yeah, it was lovely. I like the rowboat metaphor.
Thanks, dude.
Wasn't that
Tight.
great?
Yep.
Your heart, what is it?
I
My
can
heart's-
appreciate that. I know where that's coming
You think
from.
we could do it maybe after this the mother-daughter dance? Maybe we could fit that one.
I tell you
Two
what. I
guys.
tell you what. To me, it's like a movie. It's like whoever's writing the check gets to decide what's happening. So we'll talk to the producers.
I think you two should get together and learn "Welcome to My World" for the mother-daughter dance. It's not mother-daughter; it's father-daughter. Mother-daughter would be interesting. I
Yeah,
think.
right. Father-daughter, of course. Yeah.
That is.
Actually, our wedding soundtrack is basically just the Goodfellas soundtrack because that's like our movie together. So
Nice.
that's a great idea.
yeah, that's how we're
That had an
rolling.
uplifting ending as well. I think didn't they get shot and?
No,
Everyone
they
get
were
killed.
exiled together. I mean,
Oh, they do.
I mean,
They
it's
get
not like a moral story about how to live our life. It's just the soundtrack is killer. So
All right, cool.
What's your song? What's your first dance song going to be? Has the committee decided?
it's probably going to be that "My Life" song from the dance that they do in Goodfellas, because like that's how we sort of flirted with each other when we were first courting, is we would text each other screenshots, because Goodfellas is like always on, like permanently on
Somewhere.
every channel,
Yeah.
some
Right.
channel, and it's such a great film. And I mean, it's just a great movie about cooking and stuff, as much as like horrible gangster shit that's terrible. But it's,
Let me buy you a knife.
it's about culture. It's
That's cute, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's an uplifting little tale to end today's happy hour on.
I think it's nice.
Yeah. Okay. You guys, we have to get out of here. Thanks so
Okay.
much for joining us.
well, thank you.
It's Dan Fox from Anti-Gravity Magazine, Kim Carson from Kim Carson and the Casualties, and author Joaquin Emiliano
Thank you.
has been our guest. Great to see you guys.
Good to
Thanks
see
for
you,
coming
Matt. Thank
down
you.
here. Our show is produced by Graham DePonte, Christian Unruh is our music director, and Jean Valois is our music producer. Thomas Walsh is our technical director, and our live feed directors are Asher Griffith and Grayson Jernigan. Our theme music was written by and is currently being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on our show and you can stay upright for about an hour and sit around a table and have a drink, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com, where you can also find some other hours of happy hour to listen to, about 5 years worth actually, and some other shows we make here as well, including Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti live from Commander's Palace, True to the Game, with very funny Chris True, Midnight Menu Plus One with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canata, Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker, Milo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu, the podcast about death, which is called Death the Podcast, with psychologist Dr. Arian Alfant, Questions from the Waiting Room with psychiatrist Nick Pajic, and Psych Ward with Dr. Ross Shields. You can also find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and at itsbatonrouge.la. You can keep up with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and a bunch of other time-sucking social media as well. And all of it, we're called It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this show on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook page, as well as our Facebook live feed. The photos were taken by Alison Moon. Oh, look at that. Totally blank. What happens after that? Oh, yeah, if you're listening to this show on your favorite podcast app, thank you for subscribing to us. Stop whatever you're doing and take a minute to rate and review us. If you have a minute, that helps other people find us. Our show is recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street in Uptown New Orleans. Happy Hour's a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. For Andrew Duhon, everyone around the table here at Wayfair and back at our office at INO Broadcasting, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Grant Morris. I'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.